We have Twitter, we have YouTube, and we have Facebook. Welcome, one and all, once again to another live interview. I'm here, as always, with Nikki. So say hi, Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
And we have been joined by Mick and Kris. Mick does Quirky Sounds, Kris does Heavy Magazine, and they're here to talk about one hell of an awesome event coming up very, very shortly, which is called Kilfest. We'll have more on that in just a moment. Just while we're here, just make sure I've got some links in the description, whether you're watching this live or listening back later via the podcast on Spotify, everything else have you, then check out the links. All the info you need is there in case you miss anything here. We'll have some stuff going through the comments as we go along. But first of all, Mick, it's been a long time since you and I have spoken on the show. It's been a few years now, I think.
Yeah, quite a few years, yeah.
So how have you been and what are you up to at the moment?
Obviously, like everyone else, was pretty quiet during COVID, didn't have much work on, and that's where the idea of Kilfest started, just getting prepared. So when we were able to get out and about, I thought it'd be nice to have something for everyone to be excited about getting involved in and getting down to. So that's how it sort of kicked off, and had been starting to talk to Kris about it from Heavy Mag, and he was happy to come and help me out and throw some ideas around. And here we are, and it's come around pretty quickly.
And how about you, Kris? It's our first time ever chatting to you. How are you first? Let people know a little bit more about yourself.
Basically, I run Heavy Mag, work with a few bands, just pretty passionate about the local music scene, so I like to get my finger in as many pies as possible and hope they don't get too sticky in the process.
There we go. I'll throw to Nikki to take over with the real line of questioning. But before we do that, Dean Whedon, who's a regular of ours who tunes in. Hello, Dean. He's gone, hey, Andrew, Nikki, Big and Crispy. Yes, that's the case. He's joined us on Facebook. And Benji Palm on YouTube has asked Australian accents. Yes, we are all from Australia. 3 of us are in Victoria. 1 of us is in Queensland as we do this. So there you go, Benji. That should answer that one for you. Nikki, over to you.
Oh, well, before we get to Kilfest and everything Kilfest, because I am fucking wetting my pants about this festival. Fuck you, Kris, in your 26-degree weather up in Queensland. I am going to talk to you tonight, but I'm a little bit salty.
I'm happy I'm not down there, to be honest. You guys have got all gloved up. Mick's got his heater running, and I'm sitting here and I've almost got an air conditioner on.
You'll find out in a week and a half, mate.
So I guess to give the people out there a little bit of perspective, we're going to go into details, but from an overview, I'd love each of you to tell us a little bit about what is Kilfest, when is it, and why are we going to this? So maybe we'll start with you, Mick. Give us a little bit of an introduction in case someone's been living under a rock. What is Kilfest? How many people are going to be stabbed? Wrong answer.
Even though it's out of jail, I promise no one's going to get stabbed, hopefully. But
correct answer.
Kilmore, it's one of the oldest towns in Victoria, apparently. It's only an hour north of Melbourne. I know people are probably a little bit fearful of coming out there, but it's something different. It's a pretty unique building. It was a jail from 1830 to 1870 or something or other, and Ned Kelly's dad was kept there at one point. You know, it's been around a long time, so it's got some pretty unique features. And I was just looking to do something different. I moved out this way and come across the venue and thought, this would be great for a music event, a metal event. And so got in contact with the owner, and he was more than happy to get involved. And and it sort of took off from there. So hopefully people aren't too scared to heading out to the country. But if during COVID, everyone's been in lockdown and whatever in the city, time to venture out and come and see something different, I reckon.
So just to paraphrase, we've got a metal festival. It's an hour away from Melbourne. It's in a fucking jail, no less.
Yeah.
This is where I put you in the hot seat, buddy. Why don't we talk about some of the amazing acts that are going to be on this bill? Because seriously, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, Mick's got to claim credit for most of that because Mick started doing a bit of writing. Oh, he did. He started writing for me a little bit in Heavy when I took over in about September last year. So he was helping me out doing a semi-regular weekly column, and then he hit me up about Kilfest, told me a few of the bands that he'd been speaking to, and just asked if I had any ideas and suggestions, and if Heavy would like to come on board. And one of the new mantras of Heavy is we're going to try and support as much as we can in the line of local music. So this is the first festival we've actually sponsored since I've taken over, and we're proud and humble to be a part of it.
So I'll lead with some of the bands that I've seen on this bill. King Parrot, Hello, Desecrator, Frankenbach, High as Hell, Disgust, Deadweight 80, Piston Fist, and 29 Bones. Have I missed anyone?
Missed one.
Yes.
We've had a late edition. Flaming Records.
I'm looking at the fucking touring poster here. Who have I missed?
The old one,
What
there's a
website
new
did I
one
get
that got
from?
released.
I'll send you the link later.
Yeah, no, we've had Flaming Wreckage come on board as well.
Yes.
Those lads have been touring around the country. I had the honour of premiering one of their songs through Heavy and their album, and it's a great album, and they're a great band. So yeah, they we'll get into it a bit later, but if you want, but they did me a bit of a favour putting one of my bands on a show in Canberra the night before Kilfest.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were looking for a few gigs down that way. So he's put Disgust on at their Canberra show on Friday the 30th of April. So he got on to me and he asked if there's any way we could squeeze him onto Kilfest, and I asked Mick, and he was more than happy to oblige. So we've rounded out with another great act.
That's awesome. And I do owe you an apology. I definitely have seen that name somewhere. Clearly, I've got an old poster on my screen, so my apologies.
Well, good.
But you've got some seriously hard hitters there. There's not little bands happening here. You've got some big hitters. I'm looking at the lineup going, there's not one band I haven't heard of or don't want to see. King Parrot. I mean, hello.
Yeah, they're probably one of the most exciting live acts in Australia.
Yeah.
The energy levels are right up there. So when it first happened coming together, I was trying to think of who would be good to headline. They pretty much came as number one, pretty much. And we'll try to cover all bases. It goes from hard rock, classic stuff up to thrash, and we didn't want to have it all just one-sided. So, it covers a lot of different bases there.
Yeah, awesome.
We're getting some interesting comments. Sorry.
Did anyone catch the King Parrot live stream with Phil Anselmo the other day for Vulgar Display of Pantera?
No, I didn't see that one.
I missed it.
They another sterling effort by the boys, but they actually did it from looked like a rehearsal studio. Like Phil Anselmo had the big, massive, expansive stage. King Parrot were in a shoebox, and they did the whole thing. They haven't lost anything aside from the fact Youngie's got hair and Slats kept his shirt on for the whole set. There's not much difference that we can tell you about.
Just to quickly jump in here, that Benji, he's making a few comments here. Am I alone? It's pain and suffering. He's from New Zealand, so that's how he knew that we were Australian. So thanks for joining us from New Zealand over there. But he's also jumped in there and said his friends from Alien Weaponry should be invited to play.
So, yeah, we interviewed them. Amazing band.
We did discuss those, Mick and I, and I believe we sent out an email to their management team, and I'll let Mick talk about the rest because I don't want to give anything away.
We're just having some talks about maybe something for number 2. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Lewis had a birthday last week from Alien Weaponry, and I may have stalked him like a psycho at Download a couple of years ago.
Great band. Very good
I'm pretty sure
unreal
that's
band.
pretty touching. He's only like about 14, isn't he?
I think he's like 19 or something now, so he's legal. A band I'm really excited that you've got on this lineup, and Chris, you'll be happy to hear this, is a band called Piston Fist.
Yes.
And Andrew, you need to block your ears for a moment because you may sack me. But Piston Fist are a band I came across channel surfing. And of all the places I found this band, it was a channel in Melbourne called 73 Mate, which is like an offshoot of Channel 7. And they were on this show. It was like an Aussie bloke shed show. It was like the fucking cars and alcohol and fucking fishing show. And they were playing this gig and they played it. And I'm like, who the fuck are they? They are incredible. So I did what any self-respecting journalist does. I put a question on Facebook. Who the fuck was this band on this Channel 7 show just now? And thank the Lord, someone actually saw the show and said, oh, man, they're Piston Fist.
Oh, nice.
So I went and checked them out. Fucking amazing band. Seriously, stoked they're coming down.
In the studio now, I'm putting together their debut album. So they're going to have a couple of new tunes that they're going to be playing for us, probably live for the first time at Kilfest. There'll probably be 1 or 2 new tunes. So
shut the front door.
They're doing a couple other local gigs down there as well. So if you want to check it out, I won't give that too much of a plug because it's the day before Kilfest, but they are playing down there.
No, I'm actually excited to see them. They're a band I haven't seen live, so I'm actually pretty pumped for that.
Very high
another band from Queensland, I believe, is Disgust. Is that correct?
Disgust, yep. They'll be coming down. They'll be making, or both bands will be making, actually, sorry, Piston Fist have been to Melbourne before. Disgust will be making their Melbourne debut. So they've done a couple of shows up in Cairns and Townsville in the last 6 months, but they're one of those bands that you have to see live. Like their stage performance is theatrical and it's expansive, and it's just one of those things you really have to see. So we've got them on at night time, I'm hoping, Mick, so we get the full effect.
Yeah, that's it. That'll be all right.
Yeah, but they're also working on the EP as well. So we're launching a new song the week before we come down, actually, probably before we come down. So we'll be playing a new song at the festival, and the new single for Chronic will be out next week.
Awesome. Were you worried about bringing bands from interstate, guys? Because with COVID, you just never know if someone's going to sneeze and next minute there's a snap lockdown. And because you've been planning this for a long time, Mick, was it a concern in the back of your mind that if we book these interstate bands, something might go tits up and we have to rework the playlist?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it was originally was going to be all Victorian, and when Kris put forward the bands that like Disgust and all that were going to hoping to come down, we did discuss that. So we sort of had a backup plan as well. So I've got a few bands, some local bands, some awesome bands that were ready to jump on if the boys couldn't get down here. So, but it was definitely a concern, but it's looking good. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. I'm one of those people. I'm always hopeful and optimistic. So I basically talked them into it. I guarantee him not to cough or sneeze or fart at least 2 weeks out from Kilfest and spread anything. So hopefully they keep up for me.
And Benji, our New Zealand friend, we have a little travel bubble going on now. So you are allowed to come to Australia. It's all G and the H. I don't know about the quarantine deals. Yeah, fucking the bubble sounds great. I think isn't the point of the bubble you don't have to quarantine? Isn't that kind of
New Zealand? You don't have to now. Yeah, you can come straight in.
So Benji, you'll make it for Kilfest. We've got like 11 days. We got this, bud.
Yeah, he's also jumped in afterwards that he can't wait until the next one from Alien Weaponry drops because he was saying he was actually happy that you mentioned him. So you'll check out Piston Fist after all this fuckery. So check out all the bands on this one, Benji. Yeah, we have Trans Doesn't Bubble. It's basically you and us stuck in a cabin together. There we go.
Are you single, Benji? Because I am being stuck in a cabin.
Oh, here we go.
Sounds like fun. Just saying. Right. So we know that Kilmore is about an hour from Melbourne. Let's face it, if we go to this gig, we're out for a mad time. We're going to talk about your sponsors later, but I did notice you got a local brewery as one of your sponsors, but we will actually get to that in a bit. If I wanted to be a pissed maggot and clearly not drive home, what would I do in Kilmore? Is there accommodation? Where do I stay? What do I do? Help a sister out.
It's not my problem, really.
No, but like if I feel that way, other punters are going to feel that way. So what are our options if we want to party on or like not go home?
Don't worry. There's a few pubs around still. They'll still be open probably in the night. But there is some accommodation. I've checked around. There's caravan park, motels and stuff, Airbnb. And look, I live on nearly 2 acres. If people get desperate, I'm sure we can throw a tent down. So if need be. But look, it's going to be a long day. So it's going to be, doors open at 3 p.m. So by the time King Parrot finished around 11 o'clock, you're going to be probably a bit tired by then. Kind of.
And it was a genuine question, even though I speak a lot of shit. If I'm coming, I'm staying. I'm not going home. So there is local accommodation options available. Yeah,
there's a local caravan park. Yep, they've still got some spots available, which is just down the road from the venue. Yeah, there's a couple of motels. Still got some room, I believe. So there's accommodation. What's that?
Booking.com's got heaps. That's what I looked on when we put out. So have a look on booking.com, and there's quite a few different options to choose from.
Awesome. Good to know.
just quickly jumping in, Mark Roberts jumped in and said, looking a bit rough on it, Mick. So there you go. Donnie Fairlane has jumped in. Crispy, you're a game man. Discussed on the road. I've heard weird things happen on tour with them and that. So there you go. So there's one for you, Crispy. And Ben, here's one for you, Nikki. Nikki asked the best questions. Yes, she does. That's why I've got her doing this one for us. So there we go. And Benji jumped in on YouTube before saying everything runs on beer in Australia and New Zealand. More truer words have probably never been spoken. So, so how much is this whole thing? Let's get to the nitty-gritty. How much does it cost to get a ticket, and how many tickets have you got left?
They're $35 online at Eventbrite website. At the door, they're 45. There's still probably about 70 tickets left. So wouldn't muck around too much if you're really keen on getting down there. Jump on, go to the Eventbrite website and search Kilfest, and away you go. There.
What's the deal with capacity? So one of the things I wanted to know, so it's in a jail, so it's undercover. So if it rains, we're literally covered.
Well, that's it. There's a main room, like there's a main entrance, and then you go through. It's sort of outdoor, and then you go through to a main room, and the main room where the bands are is all undercover. So if it does rain that day, we're all going to be all sorted. Yeah.
And like as far as COVID and capacity and shit goes, is it like seating? Is it standing? Bit of both? How does that work?
Yeah, there's a little bit of seating just around the place, just to comply really with.
But no one's sitting down. No one's sitting down at this.
That's just kind of just in case we get in trouble. But no, look, I think as far as the restrictions go these days, anything under 1,000 capacity is pretty much open to doing whatever they please, as far as I believe. So, look, if the MCG can have 75,000 or whatever, and they're not really complying to any kind of distance rules, I'm sure a few hundred out at Kilmore, we're going to be all right. I don't think we should worry too much.
Absolutely. And if you left it to the last minute, we've got 11 days to go. It's not too late. There are still tickets available through Eventbrite if you want to get them online.
Yeah, jump on the website and go and grab them. Just be careful. There has been must been all the scammers have been sitting around waiting for events to start up again, because every day I'm deleting 5 bloody different people and they're trying to scam tickets. So don't buy them off the Facebook page. Just you'll get done.
That's a big thing at the moment, isn't it? That's happening to a lot. That whole, that ripping people off and dodgy schemes to sell tickets and that. It's amazing how far, because every event that I've seen of late has had that problem kicking through with it. So how hard is that to deal with for you on that end?
Yeah, bloody hell. Like, I did a post yesterday on the Kilfest event page saying, watch out for scammers. And then a scammer was like posting on there on that post. And I'm like, they're just ruthless and don't really care. So I'm just, before you go and buy any tickets, just check their page. Like, you can tell pretty easily that they're not, most of them aren't metalheads, that's for sure.
I know. I think that's a timely reminder as a PSA, community service announcement. When you're looking at an event and you want to go to the event official page and click on the tickets link through the official page. Most of the times when they have their promo, they clearly say tickets through Eventbrite. They're pretty clear on the official distribution channel for the tickets. And I really do want to emphasise that. I've got friends that have been burned in the last few weeks. I've been to a few festivals in the last few weeks, and I'm lucky I do the right thing because I'm a nerd. But, people get burned and it's fucking bullshit and it's really disappointing. So if you want to come to Kilfest, get the tickets through Eventbrite. If that's the online method, that's $35. Or if you're feeling sassy, get in the car, take a drive, hour away, $45 on the door. If you're getting them at the venue, you know you can't go wrong. So just beware of those asshole scammers. Fuck you, scammers.
Fuck you, scammers. People even starting like secondary event pages and stuff like that, and having to go and delete them and trying to lure people in to scam them. It's bullshit.
Funny story. There is actually another Kilfest webpage. Did you know that? It's got like a massive 2 members, but that's not the point. When I was doing some research earlier, I came across this like fake Kilfest page. I'm like, really? I don't think so.
We made that up. We made that up when we first started, Mick. When we were on trial and error, we didn't know what we were doing, and then moved to the events page instead of a. It's actually us.
Yeah,
I
well,
actually thought it was scammers, like fucking cut and paste and ripping you off.
there has been others pop up.
But what I will say is when I was doing my research, I don't know if you boys know this, but do you know that there's a Kilfest festival? I don't know if it's in Germany or Denmark. The suffix is DE, which I thought was Deutsche German, but I might be wrong on that. Did you know there's a festival overseas called Kilfest?
They're ripping us off already.
Bastards. Bastards.
That's it, I'm going to Germany.
So when you're Googling it, people, look for the Australian version, just to be clear on this.
Yeah, I did see there was one potentially in Ireland. I think there was one as well at some point.
In Ireland. Sorry, my bad.
No, that might have been a different one, but I did see one originally in Ireland. But.
I think the best tip that is if you can't read the words, it's in English.
Yeah, well.
I'm picking it up.
Yeah.
That's the words.
Well, for those wanting the actual links, check the comments because I put the links to the event and to the actual sales link in the comments. So go through the comments, find that because all the information you need is going to be there. Benji jumped in and said he actually gave a thumbs up for this stream. Cheers for that, Benji. And Johnny came back in and said, hey, Nikki, wish I was coming to this one. Discussed in Melbourne will be next level. Mark Roberts, check out Deadweight 80's new clip filmed in the old Kilmore jail. Yes, we will get onto that, I think, very soon.
We're totally going to get onto that. So,
this guy's stealing the questions too.
Yeah.
You know what's really cute? Andrew and I both write questions, right? So he's got his style, I've got my style, and we do our thing, and it just works like a dream. And tonight when we compared notes, I swear to God, did we have like a 90% match on our questions tonight, Andrew?
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength.
It was a bit adorable. We were a bit cute. And one of the questions...
anniversary, so you should be in sync.
Well, yeah, you think so, eh? So one of the questions we both had, we wanted to talk about Deadweight 80. They filmed their clip at the Kilmore jail, and we're going to talk about that in a sec. My first question about the jail is, please tell me it's haunted. Is there fucking spirits lurking around in there?
Well, actually, they do. Every weekend, I believe, they do a haunted tour there.
Nice.
So, yes. Yeah. So 100% there it is meant to be haunted, yeah. And there's an old church behind there as well that's meant to be haunted, and they go through it at night. And so, yeah, watch where you go. You might end up in a bit of strife.
I can tell you some stories, but not for time on now. So
that in a haunted venue sounds ideal.
So did Deadweight 80, are they local? Tell us a little bit about them. What prompted them to do their film clip in the Kilmore jail? Was it because of Kilfest, or how did this happen?
Yeah, pretty much. I met Julian from the band, and he lives not far from Kilmore, and that we struck up a friendship sort of. And once they got on the bill, they've been pumping it hard and getting themselves ready with a new singer and whatnot. And yeah, they come to me and said, yeah, we just want to come and check out the jail, looking at doing a new film clip. Is it available? And I got in contact with the owner of the jail, and he was more than happy to have them down there. So I just stuck out with them for the day and watched them go at their best. And yeah, it's a good clip. They're pretty talented guys. They did it pretty much all themselves. So it looks great. Yeah.
Nice.
It's actually a really, really good clip, a really good song. The boys they're going to be one to watch out for. I was quite impressed with them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Agreed. Maybe, Andrew, you can chuck the link to that clip in the comments.
Yeah, I do have that saved.
But you can try before you buy when you see them at Kilfest, and you'll also get a shot of the jail as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, check out the comments now, folks, because that's exactly what's going in. The new clip from Deadweight 80, NJNP, I believe it's called. That's what is there. It was filmed at the old Kilmore jail, as has been covered off. So make sure you... Sorry?
That's what it stands for. No justice, no peace. That's what it stands for.
Yeah, cool.
Very good. Nice. Okay, that's very fitting for
I
today's.
interviewed the boy a couple of weeks ago, so I got a bit of a head start.
No shit, Kris.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading from something pre-prepared.
Yeah. Well,
Nicky
Brock from
thought-
Bones has jumped in saying he's looking forward to being at Kilfest. So there we go. Thanks for joining us on Facebook there, mate.
Oh,
And,
can I just say, Brock said
yeah.
from 29 Bones, and that was one of the bands I want to talk about. I have
Yeah.
actually seen that band a number of times. They freaking rock. They are an absolute killer band. I'm seriously excited they're on this bill. Is this a band you guys have worked with or promoted before, or they've just come on your radar? Because they seriously rock. Really
Yeah.
excited about them.
I haven't seen them before, and just checked out some of their music, liked them, and early days the guys picked up on something happening, and I put it to them to see if they wanted to get involved, and I can't wait. They're going to be great.
They're a lot of fun live, man. A lot of fun live.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I love those guys. What do we got
Yeah.
here? We got more comments. Nikki, apparently you have nice fingers, according to Ben. So
Thank you,
enjoy
man.
that one.
You have no comment.
Benji on YouTube has jumped back and said, must have some great bands. They're all Fierce and Maggot and follow Autopsy religiously. Yes, very, very cool bands right there. There's a heap. Like, you could easily do a 2-day fest with the amount of bands we've got here in Australia that would go off. But also, randomly, Wayne Thompson's jumped in to go Blues. I'm not entirely sure. That's about, but there we go.
Carlton, they cost me a tip last week. I actually would like a tip, Carlton. What was I thinking?
That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anymore, but Kiwi, you can eat shit. I'm done.
Drop that. I don't know. Did Carlton beat North Melbourne? Maybe I like them.
I don't care.
Who beat North Melbourne? Oh, Geelong.
That's what he's going to be talking me for.
Yeah.
Eston Carlton actually playing while I'm down there, so hopefully I get along to do that.
Who beat North Melbourne? Everyone.
Oh,
Okay.
that's so fun. Yeah.
Excellent.
Tell us a little bit. This is a band that, I'm sorry, I might be ignorant and I might need to be under my rock or get fired, but this is a chance for education and someone I can see live. Tell us a bit about High as Hell. I don't know a lot about them. I don't know why.
Their album is a ripper, Nikki. Check that out.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
old.
really? Am I like dumb? Why have I not seen this? How do I not know this?
They're fairly new, I think, but they're
Yeah.
from Ocean Grove, I believe. But I just come across their music somewhere, and I loved it. I was wrapped, and I approached them and said I'd love to have you on the bill. And they're killer. They got a great sound and pretty unique, and they got plenty of energy. So they're probably one of the highlights of the day for me. I can't wait.
Yeah, right.
Do you remember Ordemia, Nikki? Remember Ordemia?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the guys from them is in this band.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
So there you
know.
go.
I missed the memo.
Yeah, well, it was in the list of shit that we were doing, just weren't paying attention at the time. So there you go. You
It's
missed
the
out.
only band I wasn't previously aware of. It was the one I
Yeah.
kind of went, who are they?
I think that's
No, they're a great band. Their clips and their album is fucking ripper.
Yeah, right.
Mick's put this festival together not with bands things are going to sell and be big hitters. He's put it together for bands that he likes and he likes to see himself, which I guess that's one of the benefits of putting on your own festival, of course.
Mhm.
But I think that's looked a bit like he's assembled a lineup of bands he wants to see. So he's obviously got pretty good taste.
Yep.
That's it, mate. Yeah,
I'll
well,
that's
agree
the only-
with that. You do have good taste, Mick.
I'm going to be there all day, and I put all the effort into it, so I might as well put on bands I like
Well, yeah.
everyone else.
I think I pay your point, though. You've got light and shade with the genres of the bands. There are different elements in there, and I think there is a bit of something for everyone, which is really cool.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be too one-sided with just all heavy as hell or whatever else. But I just because I like all types of rock and metal and whatnot, and so I thought I want to cater for everyone. So I think we've done that with this lineup. It sort of covers everything almost.
And you're a bit lucky. Like Mark Roberts popped his head up before, and that's certainly someone I wanted to give a shout out to. I see Mark at gigs all the fucking time. So Mark, Rock Doctor, you're awesome.
Nice.
He's a local boy. But Mick Kilmore, we've got a jail, we've got a festival. It may kind of be local to yourself. Did you just go, fuck it, I'm not paying for Ubers? What happened? talk to us about White Gilmore.
Well, that's it. I was sick of driving in and out, and I thought about time people come out here, mate. Like,
if you build it, they will come.
That's it. That's how selfish I am. But it turns out that Mark Roberts just lives around the corner from me. So
okay.
And so he runs his little radio show there down at the local thing, and so I've been going down there doing a few spots with him and drinking a few cans. It's been fun.
So he's also a massive supporter of the local scene, like what you were saying, Chris, and what you guys are all about. Like Mark really does promote local music, so it's kind of nice that it's in his backyard too. That's a win for everyone.
Well, that's it. These people, like our scene can't thrive with all out the different people doing different things. You can't all be the front men of all the rock bands or whatever else. Takes all kinds of people who write for the magazines, the people who do what you guys do, and hat goes off to all you guys. And you probably don't get as much credit as the people that get up to play all the time and put their albums out. But it takes everyone to get involved, so it's awesome.
No, cheers for that. I just wanted to go back to the festival quickly because you were mentioning being out in Kilmore, and the venue have got some meals and stuff on it, looks like, from 6 p.m. or so you can make sure you get a feed in while you're up there too, support the local economy a bit while you're at it. So what's that? I don't know if you can tell us anything about that, but yeah, that's a pretty cool feature to have involved in things as well.
You won't starve at the festival. Feed your pineapple.
Magic Mushy Farm I think the local Magic Mushy Farm.
Yeah, brother.
That's it. I got my own special sauce going each one of the meals, so it's all good. No, I thought, look, we're going to have people there from the doors open at 3 p.m. and go until late in the night, so we don't want to have people having to go out and about and chase down food. So that the lovely Diane and the crew down at the old Kilmore Jail Cafe are going to be supplying all kinds of food. So
nice.
And we've got the two.
Let's talk about alcohol. Can't help but notice a couple of your sponsors. You've got King Lake Distillery and Tubarak Brewery. Did I say that correctly? Tubarak,
yep.
In addition to that, you've got, is it Ink Distinctive Tattoo? You've got the Guitar Room. Yep. Tell us about these sponsors. Are they all local? Like, what's the dealio there? Because I reckon that's sick.
Yeah, a lot of these
are. While I'm there, I've got an ass cheek that's spare.
Do you mind if you get my face tattooed on there? Would be awesome.
I'm sure your other half wouldn't mind at all.
We'll do this with Nick and just make her the center of attention for everyone while we're doing it, eh?
Oh, please don't. No one wants to see that. Maybe I could get a star around it, Mick. What do you reckon? Around your portrait, a nice big star.
I like it.
No, but legit, let's talk about your sponsors, because I think that's really awesome that apart from obviously Heavy, that you've got some of the maybe local businesses. I'm not sure.
Yeah, most of them are local. Yeah, the local tattoo shop Instinctive. They're Kilmore based. Dexter's Hot Sauce. They come to me and they're they're a local company as well. Nice. Same as the Guitar Room. Rod down there has classes building basses, guitars, and all that kind of stuff. And Tubarak's obviously close to Kilmore as well. It was nice to have someone that's local getting involved. They're all been great. Like they've all helped out. They've all donated their time and money, and it's lucky to have people jumping at the opportunity pretty much.
Nice. That's good. It's good to see that, you've sort of, because is this the first one you've done, or has there been a few before this, or number 3, Nikki's telling me?
This is the first Kilfest. This is this first one like this, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Have you not done them before? Why do I think you've done them before?
Oh, I've done other things, but not something of this scale and it out this way. This is definitely the first one. Yeah.
There you go.
But I was just going to say it's really cool to see the local community getting involved in some of that too. It must feel pretty special to you to have that sort of support from around where you are. It means a lot when you get that.
Yeah, absolutely. When I went to the council and checked it all out as well, they said anything we can do to help out, let us know. And yeah, people getting involved. There's security and even the local hire stuff, and there's people that have been, the hot local hire company down here that hasn't had that much work over the last year and a half that finally get a bit of action. So we're just trying to spread the love. Even the people supplying the PA and we've got Kobe and the guys from Merch doing the merchandise, and we're trying to use as many locals as possible. So get everyone involved.
You did have one.
You caused a bit of a shitstorm with your bottle shop. Let's talk about the bottle shop, shall we, Mick? This is a story you all need to hear because we're promoting terrible things, apparently. Talk to us about this.
Oh, it's a bit disheartening because it is my local bottler and I frequent it quite often, probably more than I should. But
that's all of us.
Yeah. So it was a bit disappointing when I went down there initially and I took a poster and they were happy to put it up, and there was a few Metalhead guys in there that were stoked that hadn't heard about the event yet. And then when I come back a few days later, I looked around, couldn't see the poster, and the same guy was behind the jump. And I said, "What happened to the poster?" And he's like, "Oh, the boss thought Kilfest was a bit offensive, and so it had to come down." And I'm like, "Okay, you can only try." So.
Yeah. Does he realise they've got a business in a suburb called Kilmore? Does he get that?
Yeah. Look, who knows with these blokes? That
I might have to pay him a visit when I'm in town for you, Mick. I might have to give him a bit of what for, like what the actual fuck, dickhead.
Just drop some roadkill off on his front doorstep.
What's the name of the pub?
On that road trip up.
I've got some not so magic mushrooms on your doorstep. Haha, disappointed, dude.
Go.
Got some cool comments coming through. Benji before said 4 Australians and 1 Kiwi sounds dodgy as fuck. Yeah, that's pretty much how it's going to go. Mark Roberts said, "Hi, I'll Razor Blade Dream," and Darren Humphreys mentioned House of the Holy is cool, very, very much so. Benji jumped in and said, "Scorn of Creation and Dark Divinity," a couple of hints. So he's go through the comments later on after seeing New Zealand bands because he's jumped in a few festivals night as well. But we have a regular jump in. Sammy G Bank has jumped in again. There we go. So she's gone. I've never actually heard any of the bands that are in this lineup. Are any of them comparable to, say, Psychroptic or a Bremerlin? If so, I'll check them out. What have you got to say to that?
Go, Crispy. You're up.
King Parrot probably along a similar vein to Psychroptic. Probably not as brutal, but along a similar vein. And I've never heard of a Bremerlin myself, so I can't comment on that.
Yeah, I know.
Just Afraid have been around for 20-odd years. Frankenbach have been around for 20-odd years. King Parrot have been around for a decade. Like they're amongst the top probably 6 or 7 metal bands in Australia at the moment. They're all very different in their style of metal. So like we said before, it's very diverse. Like they've all got fantastic live shows. I know that much. But yeah, they're all. If you haven't heard of them, young lady, I suggest you do check them out because they're all part of Australian music history, and they're a part of history yet to be made, I think.
Sammy's just jumped back and said, "Hang on, I'm reading the wrong lineup." All right. Because I know every band you mentioned so far. This is how we do when we go live. So thank you.
Seriously, you are a person after my own heart. I love you.
I hope you have found the lineup you are looking for and that you get along to this one because it's a hell of a lot of fun when we get this sort of stuff.
Maybe you found the German one that I was looking at online.
Maybe. I did put the link earlier on. So check out the link earlier on. It's also in the description of this too. So if you're looking for the actual thing, go hit that link. Jimmy, good friend of ours, Jimmy jumped in before and said, "Mick is a great man. Big ups to you, Mick." And he followed that up with a comment saying, "I've never met Chris, but I know he's a great man too." So there we go. That's some kind words for everyone from our good friend Jimmy. There we go.
No pies.
Yeah, well,
no pies.
Hopefully, especially on Saturday.
Speaking of pies, I have something.
What?
Oh my God.
No, Andrew,
I don't know about this one.
you ages ago. And I found it the other day. That's for you, Andrew.
Oh, wow.
See
Okay.
anything.
It's a Collingwood DVD.
I can't see. There's too much of a delay. I can't even hear you.
Sammy's come back and said she was looking at the lineup for Kilfest New Zealand 2020. So there we go. There's a few out there. So if you want the right one, here, I'll do it again, just for everyone to get really into this one. Just to make it so it's nice and easy for everyone to find, because there will be some confusion. No, you can't have it, Jimmy. Jimmy's gone, I'll take it. And I said, no, you can't have it because it's Saturday. Nikki, you can bring it on Saturday.
Who got the Peter Dacos poster? I bought it for you or Jimmy. I don't remember who I gave it to. Was that you, Andrew?
I've got that. It's in the stuff that needs to be put up yet, so that's all there.
Oh, here's your birthday present, Andrew. No jokes. I got this for you anyway. Hey, I do want to make a call out, and I'm dead serious on this. And I know I'm a bit of a larrikin and I speak a lot of shit, but I actually do want to be genuine and respectful for a minute, because this is dedicated and commemorative for Alexi, and I'd really like to acknowledge that. I think that's amazing, guys.
Yeah, it was tough news when he passed. Tough on everyone in the metal community right around the world. And yeah, it was not a lot of people might have known this, but he was actually he was living pretty much in Victoria for the last 4 or 5 years, down in Wallen, not far from Kilmore, and was able to spend a little bit of time with him. And before he headed back over, just before COVID sort of took off and shut down all the airports. So unfortunately, poor Kelly and the family didn't get to see him for quite a long time, being stuck over in Europe and whatnot, and he didn't get, unfortunately, back to Wallen or back to Victoria. So I'm a big fan of his music, and I'd actually missed a phone call from him a couple of weeks before he died, so I was a bit shattered about that, but and still am. But so I thought, why not try and give him a bit of a shout out, bit of a commemorative thing, and name the stage after Alexi. And Callie and the gang will be coming down for the day, and we're going to pay him a bit of a tribute.
Yay! Awesome. Oh, that's beautiful. I as I said, I speak a lot of shit and I'm a bit of a dick, but I really did want to pay genuine respect to that. I just thought that was beautiful. Well,
I think Kelly's going to bring down a couple of his guitars, one that was used on the last album, and we're going to do a bit of a tribute to him during the day, and maybe shine some lights down on his guitars on stage and play a couple of his tunes, and give him have a couple of beers and give him a bit of a shout out.
Yeah, let's celebrate him.
Yeah, that's it.
Here's a really random sort of segue from that. Mick, it's been a little while since you were on stage, I believe anyway, unless I'm mistaken. Are either of you, Kris or Mick, planning on jumping up at any point during the day to have a bit of a bash?
I don't bash any instruments. I'm not playing at all.
I'll be drinking with Kris in the corner by the sounds of it. Kris, I'll stick with you, bud.
Watching everyone else do that.
Yeah, I'll be joining you as well. I won't be doing any playing, just standing back and enjoying it. So I'll be standing there having a beer with you.
Nice. That sounds
I'll be too
good.
making sure I get on stage on time and don't play up too much before they get on there. Well, I've got probably 3 of the most rambunctious bands on the lineup. So it's going to be a full day for me, just making sure they behave.
Well, I'm glad you're going to be there to help me wrangle these bastards. So.
All right, on that,
before we get them, mate. Know where they are at times.
All right. What are some of the funniest stories you could tell at any of these bands? Just for a laugh, as we start to sort of get toward the end of this. What's something funny you can think about any of these bands you've worked with in the past, or just something to give people a taste of what to expect on the night, just a little bit.
Crispy, if you want to take over.
For Japan, Frankenbach, which was quite fun. And I'm sure many people watching this show know Azza pretty well, and Azza from Frankenbach, the originator, and the only original member left still. But whenever they're I do quite often take bands over to Japan on tour, and I've got a bit of an infatuation with sake. So when you wake up in the morning, you got to have a shot of sake. When you go to the toilet, you got to have a shot of sake. When you fart, you got to have a shot of sake. And as a tour board, better than most of the other band. By the second night, he ended up nosediving from about the 30th step up and went all the way down to the bottom and only got stopped by his head hitting the wall. So he was concussed for the first 3 days, first 4 days and first 3 shows, which was quite funny.
That's terrible. Funny. My heart's breaking. Poor Azar.
He found it hilarious.
There was I'm not sure if you've been to Japan, but the toilets over there, they're all bidets, which means there's a little bit of squirty water comes up your bum to clean it. Anyone who's never tried it, I strongly recommend you do. It's a life-changing experience. But the guys, Frank and Boss and Tommy, they were all against the idea of having foreign matter spread up their rectum, shall we say. So on the third morning we're there, I went around and I hid every roll of toilet paper in the place. So they had no choice. You've never seen a group of grown men whinge as much as they did. They're all like, you got the shit, literally and figuratively, but they refused to give them the toilet back, and I'm not sure if they held it in or if they used a bidet, but that was one funny story.
If they've got technology that squirts water up your ass and cleans it, that's great. But where's the technology to dry your butt cheeks? Why do we not have air dryers happening?
You don't need to drip dryers because you use the heated water and it seems to evaporate as it's your nose. It's
heated water. Ooh.
Yeah.
Can't have a cold room now, can we?
Every house should have a bidet.
I've never used one. I don't know if I'd be scared or excited. Just saying.
Yeah, I've never had a crack.
Trust me.
Good choice of words there, Mick.
Just ask Rainbow for
it.
So have you got any funny stories to add to that, Mick? Or
not particularly. I lived with Riley from Desecrator for a while. Yeah. And it was a pretty loose joint in Carlton, and we had a big Sunday sesh on the cans, and Riley was out jamming for the day, or he was out and about, and he came back, and before he got back, we decided to smash every plate and every bit of furniture in the kitchen, and he walked in at about 6 p.m. and it was just me sitting amongst all this mess eating some McDonald's, and I was just like, he was just like, what the hell was happening? And and then he pretty much moved out after that, but
can't imagine why, Mick.
Yeah, we didn't have any plates or cutlery left or any tables or chairs. So
where was the hot sauce? You're on the Maccas. Where's the mushrooms and the hot sauce?
Yeah. Just remind me another story of what happened in the house, but I don't think I'll go there.
Finally, I'm all ears right now. I'm fascinated.
Those are always the best ones.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, so how did you guys cross paths? How did you become involved in this festival together? Because from afar as an observer, we all know who Kris and Heavy are. Everyone knows who Heavy is, and you're amazing in what you do for our scene. Mick, we all know you as well. So how do you two fit in together, so to speak?
Met in Cairns. He was touring with his band at the time that were called
Hail Mary.
The Perth band.
Mm-hmm.
Hail Mary. I walked him at a pub that I was managing up in Cairns. So put him up in the night, and I've always been in the firm belief if any band's enough to play at a venue, they should get a substantial drink rider. So at the end, after the gig finished, we sat at the bar till probably almost sun come up from memory, and we all drunk the rider and then some, and that was probably back about 6 or 7 years ago, Mick, I think.
Yeah, that was
when we first met. We just sort of kept in contact along the way. And like I say, when I took over Heavy last year, Mick contacted me and he had an idea to do a series of interviews called The Studio, where he'd just ask fans questions that were a bit off left of centre and from a musician's point of view. So I was sort of trying to bring a few changes in and try and appeal to a broader audience at the time, and Mick sort of hit it on the nail real well. He's a good writer. He got some good interviews out there for me, and then our relationship just blossomed from there.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just like so yeah, we haven't worked on anything together like this before, but like I said earlier, when he asked me if I could come on with Heavy and sponsor it and help suggest some bands, I was genuinely honoured and humbled that he asked us to be involved in this thing, because I know it's a big thing putting on a festival and sharing the right a little bit. But I'm glad he did. It's been a good journey so far, and we're looking forward to drinking till the sun comes up again on Saturday week.
Nice.
So we go to Kilfest, we fucking rock our socks off, we bang our heads, we thrash, we get fucked up, we have an amazing night. We find the caravan park or possibly the hotel. Where do we go for brunch the next day? Because I'm a girl who needs an eggs Benny. Is there a cafe, Mick? Is there somewhere that can help me out?
Yeah, the best place in town, I reckon, it's called the Rose Cafe. It's sensational. Yep. There's great coffees, great food. It's just down the road from my house, and it's got a nice outdoor area, and yeah, I'll be down there. And then everyone after breakfast can come and help me clean up. That'd be nice.
Well, there's that. We could.
So what's the, just because we are getting close to time, but what's the biggest challenge with putting together a lineup like this for you guys? What's the biggest headache when it comes to putting this? These aren't easy to do. So what are some of those challenges that go along putting on a festival like this?
Yeah, it was quite risky at the time, and I had a few people that I threw it out to that were kind of saying, "You're crazy trying to do this while the pandemic's happening."
Yep.
But I'm not bad with numbers, and I thought if I get the right bands and the right people involved and ask a couple of favours, that you might be able to put on something special that hasn't happened in the region before. So it's just the logistics of it all. I've had to organise everything from the staging to the lighting to the PAs to the backline hire to the merch, the booze, the insurances. You name it. It's all had to be. It's because it's not a standard venue that has all those things in place. So for a first one, I've decided to jump straight in the deep end. So now that I've done it, though, the next one should be a hell of a lot easier, I suppose. But it's just, it's just the risk factor. Just obviously being regional is making sure people are going to come to the event. Like if 50 people had turned up, I would have lost quite a lot of money because I've had to invest some money in it. And that wouldn't be the end of the world. That's the risk I was always going to run. But fortunate enough, we've had enough ticket sales to cover most of the costs. So, but
so you're already planning ahead for next year as well, then?
Yeah, I think so. It's been fun. I've enjoyed organising it. So, I've had, as soon as it was announced, a lot of bands have come from all over the country to want to get involved, and more sponsors and more people. So hopefully we can keep growing it, and maybe we'll get to do something out in regional that's, maybe a bit of a metal festival that people want to travel to from all over the country. Maybe and somewhere people can camp out and maybe do an open air thing or something. Who knows?
Cool. I do have one more comment here from Tuff, who joins us on YouTube quite often. So hello to you again, Tuff. Harking back to the Japanese stuff. Did you hear about the Japanese man who suffered burns trying to save a bar? He did it for his own sake. Saki. There you go. So common words to go with things here. We've got a few minutes left.
Can I give a little bit of a plug before we start up? Just
go for it.
Discussed to come down and play. Too easy. Discussed will be stopping in at Sydney on April the 29th, the Crowbar. We got our first show there, so we're playing that with Awaken Chime, local bands through it all, and Engraved. And then on Friday 30th, we'll be playing at the Basement in Canberra with Flaming Wreckage. Have to take us on that lineup and look after us. So, anyone in Sydney or Canberra that can't make it to Kilfest, Crowbar on the 29th and Canberra on the 30th. And this is only for people who've already got Kilfest tickets. But Piston Fest will be playing at the Bendigo Hotel on the Friday. But you're not allowed to go to that without coming to Kilfest. So if you
there's a caveat there, kids. You need Kilfest tickets to see him at the Bendy. I like it.
Those guys, they're well worth checking out. So you can do both. It's a big weekend. They're not expensive tickets to go to any of them. So support some local bands from Queensland while they're down there, and hopefully we'll be able to bring some more down there in the future.
Nice.
That's it. Over.
Cool. Well, while we're doing the random plugs, I just want to jump in quickly. It is a bit out of the orthodox for us to do this, but I'm going to plug something that's coming up this very Thursday at Alt Cult, good friends of ours at the show. Matt Skit Sanders is doing an in-store appearance at Alt Cult in Frankston. I'm putting a link in the comments to that there as well. Alt Cult sponsor us. They're fantastic people. So go and check out that. It's very odd to do that while doing this, but at the same time, I don't have a chance to get and do another promotional thing for them between now and Thursday. So this is where just, if you're checking this out, this is the right kind of vibe. So go out and check that out on Thursday. Check out the in-store appearance from Matt Skit Sanders for a bit of fun, something to do. But yeah, now we've got a few minutes left. What else would you guys like to say to those tuning in either live now or on repeat later on?
I think anyone, I know everybody always says this about festivals and stuff, but Mick can attest the tickets are going really quickly for this. So if you do want to go, I suggest that you get tickets through Eventbrite now. If you do take the risk and try and get them on the door, chances, I'm not saying definitely, but chances are you might miss out. I know places say this all the time, but this is the first major festival in Victoria since the COVID thing broke. And there's some bloody bands there, and if you want to see them, I suggest you pre-book, mate. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, thanks everyone for their interest in it too. Like, Mick's done a really good job putting this together. I've had a small role. I had to write a few words and make a few phone calls, but Mick's done all the heavy lifting. So I'm going to say well done to him anyway before we start, and I know it's going to be a raging success.
Nice. What about you, Mick? What do you want to say to people out there? It's your butt on the line for this one, so get out and support him, folks. What do you want to say to this one?
Oh, that's it. We're getting close to it now, so
yeah,
it's taken a lot of work. So if you're looking to do something different, come out to Kilmore and have a bit of fun. But if you are a crook and you feel like you have got symptoms, legally I'm meant to tell you that don't come, and you can get a refund if you are ill. So, but shout out to Dameco as well. They donated the stubby holders for the day. So there'll be plenty of stubby holders and merchandise for sale. There'll be vinyl for sale as well. There'll be some vinyl stores. And so, yeah, there'll be plenty of fun, something different. Get amongst it.
I like vinyl. Vinyl's good.
It's over 18s too. I don't think we've made that clear yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, we had to do over 18s just because of how tough it was to make it happen to begin with. So, but next year we might look at doing something that involves the under 18, all ages. So, sorry you had to miss out this time because I know there's been plenty of kids that have hit me up, but we'll look after you next year for sure.
All right. Well, Mark has jumped up and said, horns up, Mick, you're a legend. So you're getting a lot of love from the people out there. Well done to both of you for putting together one hell of a lineup. This is going to be very, very cool. If you haven't got your tickets, get them now. It is on May the 1st, if I'm correct. I'm going to this one now. Yes, so Saturday, May the 1st, the Old Kilmore Jail. Kilfest 2021, you've got Desecrated, King Parrot, Frankenbach, Disgust, Deadweight 80, Flaming Wreckage, 29 Bones, Piston Fist, High Zell, vinyl stores, and all sorts of shit going on. So make sure you get on down, support the bands, have a great time, and support events like this because we need people to get out there to make sure these happen again. So if you want this stuff to continue, you know what to do. Get off your ass, get to the gig. Pretty much it.
Thank you for having us too. Happy anniversary. 10 years today, guys. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Lovely people.
It's been good. This is a good way to do it. It's sort of like closes the circle after 10 years. We're still doing what we always done, and that's support the local scene as best we can. So that's what it's all about, and that's what we encourage everyone out there to do as well. So the biggest compliment anyone can give us is to buy a ticket, do that, go to the show, have a great night, and if you do go, let us know how it went for you when you get there. But unless there's anything else you want to throw in there quickly, Nikki, before we wrap up tonight?
I just want to say a massive thank you to both Mick and Kris for your time tonight. You really have put together a killer event, and I meant it sincerely. I looked at the lineup and I wet my pants. I just went, fuck. Most of these bands I've seen many times, and some of these bands I haven't seen at all, and I'm actually really looking forward to that. So thank you for putting your time and effort into something incredible for all of us. To all you watching out there, you know these bands, and if you don't, the ones you haven't seen before, get there and see it. It's an hour from Melbourne, kids. Don't fuck around. Buy the ticket online. You don't want to rock up there and risk missing out. Fuck that shit. And also be smart. Get your accommodation sorted. If you don't want to drive home that night, which, face it, none of us want to, get your accommodation sorted as well. And we've got roses for Eggs Benny the next day.
That's it.
Yep.
And
Don't drink drive.
No, don't drink drive, especially on country roads. But yeah, no, it's been great to meet Kris for the first time and to catch up with Mick again for the first time in quite some time. So,
been a pleasure.
Yeah, no, thank you both very much for your time tonight. And make sure, like I said, people out there, get to this gig. But we will sign off from our online platforms now, and I'm sure we'll have a quick little chat after we wrap up. But for now, you know what to do. Get onto the gig. All the event info you need is in the description of this, so get onto it all today. But for now, it's time to say ta-ta. So right now, it's goodbye to Twitter. See ya.
Bye-bye, Twitter.
And
I don't even know what that is.
All right, well, you know what YouTube is, so we're saying goodbye to YouTube now. So bye-bye for now, YouTube. And thanks, Tough. Here's another 10 years Metal Madness. Indeed, we agree. So we'll see you again soon, YouTube.